Jay, your arms like this. I don't know what the fuck that means. This would be go. We can go. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I am a little hungry.
And my name is Crystal, and I am, hot. Last episode I was warm-blooded. Now I'm just hot. Trying to cool off.
Even with the air down?
I'm cold. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yep.
It's fine. I haven't eaten yet, you guys.
Yeah. And we are Such Effin' Lady, the podcast. Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
So we have this segment. Don't recall what you called it last episode, but I'm going to give you a flower.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to my
It was give a bitch her flowers is what I was going to say, but then I was like, I don't like that. So I just,
What I was going to do, this was in my mind. So I know I don't get full credit for what I was going to do, but I was like, I'm going to bring real flowers because Crystal loves flowers.
I do.
However, it was too much going on this morning. It could not happen. So
the second shoulda, woulda that I got today.
Road to hell. What is it paved in? Okay. Here's my flowers for Crystal. We have 3 categories. Let's start with the friend/woman that you are. Crystal is there when I need her, in whatever capacity I need her. Whether it's a quick little vent session. Normally those aren't quick, but maybe it's a vent session.
They intend to be, but they're they're what they are.
Texting, maybe like, hey, do you have the capacity for what I'm going through right now? You'll say either you do, or it's like, maybe not at this moment, but I'm free at this time.
I'm getting better at that.
Would you like to blah, blah, blah? And then we make it happen. To that point, I am very proud that you are learning to enforce your boundaries.
My who?
Boundaries. I misspoke, bitch. You could have just kept going.
No, I thought you had come up with... I thought you were making it your own. Like, there's people be creative.
I'm trying to control this cough drop in my mouth, too.
Boundaries.
So it came out. Her boundaries. Because Crystal, often, I think you want to be like everything for everybody, which is great. But you're going to drive yourself crazy if you do that, right? And so I am noticing that you're learning to say no, I can't do that. And even if you do say yes originally, then it's you'll circle back I'm sorry. Actually, I cannot do this.
I be feeling terrible.
Really great. I know.
Yesterday killed me. Go ahead.
I get that. But also, you can only do what you can do, right? You do not shy away from telling me what I need to hear, whether it's just something to make me better or if it's something that you need. You'll speak up. Example.
I was wondering.
Many, many moons ago, you were
you have really good memory lately.
Something. It's it's good and it's bad at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You were telling me something, and then immediately I'm like, well, what about blah, blah, blah? Or did you ever try blah, blah, blah? And you're like, yeah, so I'm not asking you to fix it. I just want to vent to you. And so you don't always have to.
I've done that to you too? Oh.
What, told me don't do that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, you told me one time. That's all it took. But I appreciate that because one, it's okay, that helps me be a better friend to you, but then also a better person because I didn't realize I did that, and I probably did it to other people as well.
Yeah, we all do that.
And then, you're so creative. I admire that. So I think about blow.
What did it even stand for? I was struggling.
Building community.
Okay. Sounds right. Loving somebody. Learning together.
I don't know. That sounds right. Oh, it was something else.
O's where I really don't. Overcoming obstacles.
Oh, okay.
It sounds right.
And then W was something with wellness, right?
Achieving wellness.
We was on wellness back in the day.
We were.
Anyway, the point was blow
was not cocaine.
Oh, yes. It wasn't that type of blow. But I think if we were older doing blow, I think it could have worked better.
It could have.
But all the potential was there because mad people do this shit now.
They do.
And we was,
that's what okay, I'm sorry.
If you want to go into it, go ahead. But I'm just saying, I know I have.
Well, I saw an event the other day, an event where someone did like vision board for Milwaukee, and I was like, are you kidding me?
And fairness, they probably
I
never
get
heard
it.
of blow. But it's just that like,
we were innovative back then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we did that. We had an event, our Denim and Diamonds. That was a really nice event the first time.
The first one. The second one was the end of blow.
It was. Everything was wrong that day too, but yeah.
They say shoot for the stars and you land on the moon.
Yeah.
We fell on the ground.
We did. But I mean,
okay.
it was all in a good effort. We did our thing.
The potential was there. Like your house is decorated. So like I love the way your house is decorated.
Thanks. I've been wondering.
Like, it's very nice.
Thank you.
It's like I try to channel it. My house looks nothing like it. But it's like I try to be like,
but I
try to be creative and throw some color, and because you know I'm a plain Jane.
Yeah.
It's my comfort zone. And then like so many skills, like the cooking, the baking, but then even it's like plants, like you know the names of plants, and like, oh, here's what you should do with this plant. And so like I've become a plant lady because like you can help me keep my plants alive.
Thank you.
And like a garden.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I love it. Like your thumb was really brown and now it's green.
Oh, that's kind. I thought it was black. But yeah.
No, yeah, I think
I killed everything.
But they're thriving now.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. You get credit for it.
Thank you.
My next bullet.
Oh.
That was one. I had three. I should talk faster. Mother. The mother Crystal. So, Crystal has been killing the mother game solo since 2007. Solo.
You. Oh, solo.
Solo.
I thought you meant like solo, and I was trying to make sense of it. Like
S-O-L-O. Solo.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was there, but he wasn't there.
I mean, he's alive and breathing still. We know because he followed Jace on Instagram.
Yep.
Yep. If you're listening.
Nope.
Never mind.
He's not. I love how like intentional you are with your mothering. So I'd imagine all these years, like there have been times where Jace has really frustrated you or upset you. I have never seen you cuss at him. You may do it, but I've never witnessed that.
I have to be really mad. Like if I have a curse word come out, but I think that's helpful to just make a distinction for him that like, okay, she's pissed.
I mean, we are 3 years in and I have slipped a couple times.
Like,
it's not to him, but it's like,
yeah, but yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll be like that. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But there are people who are like, get your stupid ass over here. Blah,
yeah,
blah.
never.
Like, I have witnessed it like, shit. Before I even had a kid.
A secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah. And I feel bad for the kid. But yeah, I love the way that you like interact with Jason. Just everything just very intentional, I think. And so I keep that like in the back of my mind when I'm then interacting with my child. Like,
thank you.
Because I don't know. I want to take all the good pieces from the work I see. Also, how you run your household. So yes, it's the whole, it looks nice and all of that, but you have like the Susie homemaker vibe.
You think even so? Though,
Crystal, you be cooking dinner like every night. I've been wanting to give
we have to
SpaghettiOs. Like, pop them shits in the microwave for a minute. Here you go.
It works against me because I have expectations now. Like I have to be really good about communicating. Like, hey, I'm not making dinner tonight. Y'all are on your own. So because I've done it, and I think then there's like, hey, I came home and there was no food. Now we got an attitude, and it's like, take your arms and fingers, open the refrigerator, and make dinner. So, yeah.
And I mean, even then, like I feel like you like will find a recipe and like, ooh, I'm gonna try this.
I do that. Yeah.
I recycle the same shit. What? That just
I was
like
wondering
so much work.
How like do you make it like when you have to get the bread that you're calling it for Echo, the croissants? You go to Meyer and get those croissants every time?
DoorDash.
Oh.
And I place my order and I include that in the order.
Okay.
Every time.
You don't deviate from those. You get those because he likes those. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do. What is my juice that I drink?
Oh, cran grape.
Cran grape. Yeah. I get no other juice because that's why would I need anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because there are other juices.
There are, but I like what I like, and so I don't know.
I get it.
But anyway, I think you do that very good. You make it look easy, even though I know it's not. It's not, but you make it look easy. And then last bullet is like the professional badass of it all.
Oh.
So I'm very, very proud of you for like jumping feet first into this entrepreneurship shit full time.
I was kind of pushed, but
I was gonna say after y'all separated, you and your employer separated, because what you could have done was like, oh shit, I need to go find me another job and blah blah blah. But you knew that shit was not gonna make you happy, and you knew you had like this baby, if you will, that you wanted to like nurture to a full
birth and grow.
And you're very, very good at what you do.
Thank you.
It's so funny because like talking like this, one may not know that like this feels like a backhanded compliment, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I don't want it to. But like this is so like whatever, right? And like your blonde moments, you have them, but they're funny. But like the coaching, Crystal knows her shit, and even like having a conversation, like when we don't talk about the whole details of it. When we went to the restaurant that one time and we were eating lunch, but then I had that call that I need to go on. Yeah. And you like coached me for the call. I wasn't prepared for that, but because you know your shit, it's like, hey friend, so maybe you should prepare a little more for this call. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, we needed to hijack that lunch. I sat there. I literally was alone for lunch until all the staff even left me. But it was fun. I got to make videos for content.
There you go.
Yeah.
Win-win. Yeah, and then you're so full of like your ideas and you have the courage to act on them. So I like that it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. What's the worst that could happen, right? And then you do it. And that's like, oh shit. That's very admirable.
Thank you.
And I think you're amazing. So that's your flowers.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned it in my flowers to you, but I meant it when I said you show up, because Jennifer is going to be, when she's active on social media, she's going to be the first one to like, the first one to share, and the first one to register, the first one to buy a ticket. She's going to be the first one on Zoom every time I have something. Every time sometimes I'll be hoping that somebody else joins before Jennifer, but no, it's going to be her. She's going to be there, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm preaching to my friends again. And I love it. But sometimes I do wonder, like, are you just supporting me because you feel like I need to support her? Or do you actually get value out of what's happening? And I don't want you to spend your time just supporting me. I'm premenstrual, so I get emotional.
Oh, yeah, no. Some stuff like this, something that like I know like I can attend or won't attend, I still would like share that. That to me is like the support of it all. But no, like coming to a Zoom, like that 5-day thing, hell no, I didn't do that just to support. I mean, I support, but no, like I really wanted to go through that. And yeah, I got a lot out of it.
Okay.
Because again, you're good at what you do.
Because it's easy to feel like, to question, am I good? And like you said, you said that I have the courage to take action on what I want to do. That's not even the hard part. The hard part for me is pivoting from like what's not working, or sometimes it's like continuing to do things that make me feel uncomfortable. Like the lives that I was doing, I started to feel like no one's coming, or, or it's not enough, or you get insecure, or I'm not being valuable. And then it's like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this.
Did you stop doing that? I'm not on Instagram.
I took a break.
Oh, okay.
So I had to take off to give my attention to my recertification, which expires November 30th for my coaching credential. So I had to make myself like get all of the information, the training that meant trainings and work to do and tests to take. And I've submitted my application and it's under review. So we'll see. But I took a break from the lives to give my attention to it, but have been thinking about, do I want to do that again or not? I don't know.
I get it. We'll see. I could see that being scary.
But thank you for my flowers. And for the thought of bringing real flowers, because I love flowers. I really do. They're like my favorite thing. And I get how people are like, well, they're going to die anyway. But like, aren't we all?
But it's really nice while they're there.
Yeah.
And it's like you can get a nice bouquet from like even like Trader Joe's. You throw a couple together for like $20.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
My dad gave me flowers. Remember, was that you or Morgan I was with in Trader Joe's? And okay, it was you. And randomly the cashier or bagger, somebody was like, oh, I just wanted to come and give you these.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave them like specifically to me or something. It was something, or was it to both of us? Maybe you were like, no, they're for you or something. But
I kept my flowers too. But the point was,
it was 2 flowers.
Yeah, you got a bouquet and I got a bouquet. But either way, we were like, oh yeah, so your dad just gave us flowers. That's nice.
That was what it was. Now your memory is like on point.
Sometimes.
But yeah, so flowers I love. And so if you ever want to give me a gift, anyone out there, remember that time I got you a subscription to flowers and they were like terrible, they were trash.
It was for my 40th.
It was for his 40th, and I got it for like 3 months. And I think you thought it was going to be like forever or something, or like a year.
Girl, I don't know. You got to check because there no flowers coming this month. Oh, sorry, bitch. It was not a year.
They're done now. See, that's what happens in my household. I do dinner for 5 days straight, and on the 6th day, they're all like, "Where's food?" And I'm like, "In the fridge." Mm-hmm. But I don't actually have that issue much anymore as the boys are older, and Jace has been cooking since he's been like 15 because he's been on his whole like health kick. Mm-hmm. But they're pretty self-sufficient now. They get the message. So Jay, I think someone's at the door. Oh, okay.
So you mentioned that you were premenstrual. That's a nice little segue.
Yeah. So we're 40.
Is what we are.
I literally the other day had to do the math to understand how old I was. I wasn't sure. I was doing an email and I had to put my age in it, and I wasn't sure if I was 40, 41, or 42. So I think what I'm going to do is just be 40.
Okay.
Until I don't want to be 40 anymore, because it's just too much to have to remember. And then I am premenstrual. My body is changing and I'm responding to menstruation differently now. Mm-hmm. Last episode, I remember we were talking about cramps and what contractions feel like. Mm-hmm. I feel like I might have experienced what either either all this time I haven't been really getting bad cramps, and what I experienced was just like, quote, bad cramps, or it felt like a contract. It was so bad. Like I had to physically drape my body over the arm of the couch in my living room to apply pressure to my uterus to make it feel like it was something fighting back. Because it just, it was that bad, but I've never felt like that before. And then my emotions are getting very, very sensitive, like more sensitive than they ever have. Mm-hmm. My moods. Mm-hmm. Wanting to stay in the bed. So, and I think that's just what I'm dealing with now. And there's a lot going on. I'm about to send my boys to college, and even more personally, my son, who I gave birth to and have been with for 17 years. We've been together through me being single, having boyfriends, now a husband, blended family, and now I can't talk about that. So I feel my face. I can literally feel the emotions in my face, so I can't even talk about it. But yeah, so 40 is different. Oh, I think I have arthritis.
In what?
My arm. Like all of a sudden, randomly. Do you have random body aches? Mm-hmm. But this has been constant, like very constant in my arm and my joint. And my husband was like, "Welcome to the club. That's arthritis." I'm
it
like,
seems like
what?
We're too young for arthritis. But I think a lot of people like our age are starting to experience arthritis. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I think I'm going to start being like Arthur and Itis. Isn't there a joke about it? Like, it's just Arthur and...
I didn't need to know nothing about them jokes. I don't know.
Yeah, my knees, I ride bikes. Mm-hmm. I ride a bike as part of my exercise routine. And that's getting... I feel like I need to keep doing it so that I can stay active and my joints don't get stiff.
I wonder what my stepmother does. She be riding.
Right.
Well, I told you about that. She ride all over the place. Mm-hmm. She has to do something that keeps her.
Yeah.
Because she got to be. Mm-hmm. She got to be
at least in her
50s.
Yeah. But my bike buddy is in her mid 60s and leaves me in her dust. So I think it might just be
your knees.
Me or my family.
What's your mama knees like?
Replaced.
Oh.
So,
yeah,
they are no longer hers.
Yeah,
they're metal.
And mine pop. Like when I stand up, you hear it. My dad also knees replaced. So
both of them?
Mm-hmm. Did one, then the other is about to do one again. I want to say
another one. What do you?
One. It was like a different process by the time he got the second one, which I think he liked better. And so I'm almost positive he's talking about getting the first one redone.
Wow.
Girl.
Yeah, so I'm 40 and I feel it. It shows.
41.
Oh. Well, no. I had already said a second ago that I'm just going to be 40. So
I'm sorry.
I need you to receive it and accept it.
That
I'm 40.
Respect the fact that you are 40.
Thank you. Some of us like to be like in our 20s, and that's a bit much, you know. Yeah, I was hanging out with somebody and they were like, I'm 28. Yesterday, I wasn't hanging out. I was at a funeral. And it was her birthday. And I said, how old are you? And she was like, 28. She's not at all 28, but that's her choice. So.
40 to me was exciting. 41 has been a shit show.
How?
41 is where everything's happening. Like, I didn't feel like menopause was here at 40.
Oh, we're getting into menopause. Hey, girl. So I'm premenstrual and you're premenopausal?
Perimenopause. I feel like you're also there. But that's if you don't want to accept that either, that's fine.
My doctor told me that maybe I'm getting it wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. She said something about having to not have a menstrual for a full 12 months before you're officially
That's
something.
menopause.
Oh.
We are peri.
How do you spell that?
Peri and then the menopause.
So it's peri. So that's pre, basically. Why don't they just say premenopausal?
I don't know. The definition per Google was time during which your body is making the natural transition to menopause. And then I just kind of summed up, and our ovaries are starting to dry up.
Dry up?
Go away, deplete. I don't know what the fuck the terminology
like a balloon?
But like,
what happens to it?
They're not doing whatever they were doing, like in our 20s, for example.
I don't think I can get pregnant anymore because I didn't have way too many, like,
what?
You know.
Too many what?
Good nights. It doesn't matter how old you get. For some reason, in the midst of it all, you just feel like, fuck it. I don't know what that is, where it's like in the moment, your body and your mind are working against your reality and decide. Right. That's, right. Yeah. So
I don't play those games anymore. So
yeah. And it's funny because you actually have echo because you didn't think, well, the first time you got pregnant, you were surprised because you didn't think that maybe.
Right. Yeah. Like it will require medical intervention to get.
And here
That's
we
what
are.
They told me my whole life.
And I babysat your medical intervention. So, yeah, that doesn't happen like that. I need to stop.
Probably.
Yeah.
You go fuck around.
In fact, like,
Jay's going to be like, his second year of college. And it's like, here's your oops, baby. Not oops, but like.
Yeah. And with the selection, it's probably going to be not my choice, right? So. I'm drinking coffee again this episode, and I drink coffee through a straw to try to protect my teeth because I don't want them to be stained. If you were wondering why you heard slurping at some time. I know you want to take my... Is it bad now? What am I doing? I actually don't even think my headphones are on. I also know that Jay can take
it out, so that's why I wasn't worried about it.
I don't think these headphones work, Jay.
You don't hear yourself?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I hear myself.
No. I mean, it's like it's going in and out, I think, maybe is what's happening. But, anywho, so 40.
Let's talk a little bit about perimenopausal. Some of the symptoms of the perimenopause. Because some of our listeners, I trust that you guys are at this stage with us too, or close to it, or maybe you've been through it. Quick side note. When I was about 11 or 12, I would say, my parents, who were still married at the time, sat me down on the couch. I see it vividly. And they turned on this video, VHS, that was called like The Cycle of Life or something like that. And it taught me about sex.
Did it?
Mad uncomfortable. I'd already seen this shit in school.
How old were you?
They had popcorn. 11 or 12.
I'm sorry. Did you say that? My bad.
It's okay. Because it was before they divorced. And they divorced when I was 12. So I was somewhere in that range. They put on the movie. They then asked me if I had questions. I very uncomfortably said no. And then we carried on with life. Period time. I got my period, I think, when I was 11. And my mom, at some point, must have said something like, hey, this is what you can expect. Bless her heart, asked me, like, do you want to see what it looks like? I said, no, I don't.
See what looks like?
And that was that for that talk.
I'm sorry, I'm just not clear. Okay, I'm sorry.
What I have not received to this point is a talk about this shit. And I think that's why it's fucking me up so bad. It's because stuff is just happening and like I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's that. I don't like am I losing my mind? I feel like I am.
Right.
But also like it could be just the perimenopause. Yeah. I don't know. Only thing I ever heard about was the hot flashes.
Did you see that woman on not a girl, her whole head.
I think she sent it.
Oh, okay. Was like steaming at a football game as she ate nachos, just like. Do you think that's how it really fit? You haven't experienced a hot flash.
No, we're not there yet. Night sweats. Let's get to this.
Okay.
Some of the symptoms: menstrual changes. So you're feeling that.
Okay, that's why you think I'm perimenopausal. That's why you know.
Let me just keep going. Okay.
Okay.
And so with me, I did it. I thought it's kind of tricky, right? Because also, like, I had this child later. And so, like, is my period different because I had him? Because that changes stuff. Or is it the perimenopause? Mine is not worse. Like, my cramps are not as bad because I'm not medicating the way I used to have to. It's a little heavier, but... And I never know when the shit's coming. Like, I can kind of guess because I'm around when you all get it.
Yeah.
But I have no clue when my period is.
So, do you ever skip a month?
I don't think so, but I think like it comes
that would be scary.
Later. Like I'll have the symptoms. Like I will be premenstrual because I know because I'm very irritable and like emotional and all of that for like a week and a half before we get any action. And I don't think it's supposed to last so long.
No, I don't think so.
Menstrual changes. Night sweats. I have experienced those. Have you?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, I think
sweat.
I would know. Would I know? Okay. No.
Because I wake up and I'm drenched and I have to like get a towel, pat myself off, peel off my pajamas that are stuck to me because I'm so wet.
What?
Bad wet. Dry off and just put on clean pajamas. And then like I'll shower in the morning, but I'm not finna do that shit in the middle of the night. Yeah. Terrible.
What?
That is a night sweat. They don't happen like super often, but they'll happen. Like you wake up and you're dripping.
Do you know what age your mom was?
Early 40s.
So okay, so that tracks then for you.
Okay.
Vaginal dryness.
I was gonna skip over that one, but
why? Why are you trying to lie to the people? Tell them what it is.
Not lie, but it just
omit is. You always tell me that's lie adjacent.
I used to have a name for her, and I don't call her that anymore.
Baby J.
Things have changed. We'll leave it at that. Mood changes, for sure, for certain. It's also like it gives premenstrual, right?
Yeah.
I'm just finding the moods they're lasting longer.
Okay, so the same mood change. It's just that getting out of the mood is more difficult, or
I don't know if I ever get out of it.
What happens to the logic around it? Like you feel one way. Do you ever think like logically this doesn't make sense, but fuck it?
I think fully it doesn't make sense, which is why I'm trying to get this psychiatrist assessment because it's like give me drugs.
Fuck? Yeah, I tried that. We'll get there, but
sleep problems. So I'll have what's it called when you can't go to sleep?
Insomnia.
Yeah, I have that a lot. Or like waking up at 3 a.m. and then you can't fall back asleep. You ever have that?
No. I can hear myself now. Maybe I was not close enough.
Could be. Trouble concentrating. Trouble with memory. I don't have weight gain, but weight gain is a thing. Bone loss, joint pain, and then changes in sexual function.
So, did you think of that when I said I think I have arthritis?
No, because I forgot that was on the list.
Let me read that again. Bone loss, weight gain, bone loss, joint pain. Yeah. Like I was self-diagnosing. I downloaded an app on my phone to like scan my skin because there's like this like mole looking thing on my knuckle, and it feels almost like my skin is, I don't know, it's thin right there. I'm like, I have skin cancer. And then the app didn't help. It just charged me. Now I'm subscribed and I don't think I need to be. My arm with the elbow joint situation is just random, and my husband thinks it's arthritis, but it could be perimenopause. Perimenopause? Is that how you say it?
I think so.
And the last one?
Oh, the changes in sexual function.
What does that even mean? Like I'm not functioning sexually?
I mean, I never wanted. I don't know about.
Oh yeah,
maybe it was that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say get somebody else to do it.
Yeah,
but it's and it's does it increase for men? I don't know. Well,
he's a baby.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think do they ever just like chill? I feel like they got to be like 70 or something for it to.
I think what that function part is what made me think of men, because it's like we have vaginal dryness, which makes our vaginas functional, I think.
True.
Right?
So maybe it's that. Yeah.
So maybe it's that. But for men, it's like they're not going through perimenopause. But if they're aging, maybe they just can't get it up as much.
Or keep it up.
Keep it up. So, yeah. For me, it's like I don't desire, getting off. But in the moment, I'm having fun, right? But at the same time, I don't need that I'm not interested in any like 60 minutes or 45 or 30 or 20.
You don't get off of me.
Yeah, 5 to 10. 5 to 10, 15 if there's foreplay. Like, you know what I'm saying? In that area is where we can stay. We don't need to go longer than that. Like I got Netflix to watch before bed, try to catch a whole show. Yeah, now it's uncomfortable because she's dry and she's not happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's the stuff with the mind. Depression. The irritants.
How do we know depressed versus like just in a funky mood? Like what is that?
The vibe I'm getting from like the lady that I spoke to just yesterday, it's like it's the duration of it. Is it lasting for, X amount of time? How many times have you felt that way in like the past 2 weeks? That's what my little app asked me too.
Okay.
And just like, I didn't even write all the symptoms of depression, but
I just remember from the TV commercial back in the day.
With the little cloud, little sad cloud. Yeah, it's like you feel very down. You feel like
hopeless.
Blah. Yeah, that's what I would call blah. No motivation. One day, like I just laid in, it was the day after the election. I laid in my bed with the blinds or with the drapes closed. So it was dark. And I couldn't do anything. And I just lay there. Whole fucking day. Got up to pee. And I think like get something to drink, maybe grab something to eat. And I wasn't even like really eating. It was like a snack. Just so I wouldn't get a headache from not eating. But yeah.
I think you had a meeting that day and it was canceled, right?
Thankfully. She canceled it, yeah. But and I told her, I was like, I was going to push through, but it probably wouldn't have been good.
It was crazy because I was also feeling very bad and just like not in it. But in my effort to try to be there for Jennifer, I'm like, do you need company? I think I phrased it like, do you want company?
Yeah.
And I was like, she's going to say no. She doesn't want company. And she was like, I mean, I could have company. And then I was like, can I do this? Can I like, get out of my own somberness and just bad mood and just be there for her? And I'm like, you know what? I could probably just communicate that I don't know that I can do this.
And it's wild because on my end, as I'm receiving the message from you, one, I was thinking like, well, maybe she needs this because really I'm fine here all by myself.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe it would be better if I did have someone here. I don't know, because I feel like all I'm going to do is sit here and weep. Okay.
So it's like, yeah.
I got nothing to do.
And I think our schedules ended up, I had that meeting that went on and on and on. And it just ended up being like impossible for me to come there anyway. But I was going to, but it's just still like, you just got to be mindful of what it's just, be mindful of what you need and in your moment of depression. Yeah. So life pressures, midlife. What does that mean?
Oh, so I saw it was saying that depression can be due to different things. It could be hormonal changes that like causes you, so perimenopause. Yeah. Life pressure. So everything that you have going on with life. So if you got work stressing you, you got your family stressing you, you got this and that stressing you, that could lead to depression because it's like you just feel overwhelmed and all of that. And then midlife, it's like people who have like a midlife crisis. And so you can fall into depression because of that. Because maybe the midlife crisis is, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not where I want to be. I feel like a failure, blah, 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 all that shit can then sink you into depression. Yeah. I feel like I'm also going through that. Where it's like, this feels very Jennifer at 25. Like, what am I doing with my life, with my career? And to feel that now at 41 is scary. Yeah. It's like, shit, can I do anything else? I don't know. Like, sure, I probably can. But I don't know what. And I know I'm not happy where I am. I'm not happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
But I'm 41. Like, bitch, we got to work towards retirement at this point.
Yeah. Which, I mean, when you're in a moment of period of transition, when you have to go through all of that to get to a point where you can now kind of figure out a plan for what's next. Because otherwise you wouldn't even know that there should be a next, right? So it's almost like it's got to happen. You got to do that. Feel like I ain't shit to be like, okay, what's shit? So, ouch. So I was going to talk about the medicine, where I said earlier that I've tried that. So right after a life event that happened that required that I be medicated, and if I say it fast, my dad died. So I went to my doctor and was like, this is not okay. I'm not going to be able to continue to show up in life. Yeah. Without extra help. And so she's like, oh, sure, I'll just prescribe you, I think it was Lexapro. And there's another name for it. I can't remember what it is. But so she started me off at like 5, 10 and kind of went up. And at first it was effective. And I think it really did just kind of get me through. But then I decided I think it was doing something like making me gain weight, or I knew I was coming out of my sadness where I could function because things started being more important, like weight gain. The potential for weight is like, bitch, I'll just be sad. I can't do this no more because I read somewhere that this is what's making me eat. And so she's like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a different medication. So we had an alternative to try. And the original reason I went to her for medication actually wasn't my dad passing. It was me dealing with anxiety and lack of focus, which is actually is making me think now was what got me back into coaching for that audience, people who struggle with anxiety and focus. And I was trying to medicate for it. And so then my dad died and I was like, okay, we need to revisit this solution. And can you make sure that in the recipe is something for depression, please? And so we did that. And she put me on a different medication, starts with the A. I can't remember what it was, but that happened for a little while. And then I think I realized I don't think I need to do this anymore. And then I was able to kind of say, okay, let's wean me off of this. And yeah. And so then I started to design something that kept me busy, was just like, how do I focus? How do I deal with anxiety? And that's where the model for my coaching program came from. And I didn't even realize that until like right now we're talking. But I think medication does what it needs to do until maybe you have the awareness to feel like, okay, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. That was a concern really, because I was thinking I needed to be diagnosed and have medication like years ago. But I didn't want the diagnosis. I was like, I don't want that in my medical records. Because then sometimes you be having to like note that you have depression, right? Yeah. And I did not want to be dependent on medication to just like function in life.
Yeah.
However, right here, right now, all that goes out the window.
Yeah. Whatever it needs to be.
Diagnosed.
Are you going to put it in my arm and do I got to shoot it up?
What you want me to do? I'll snort it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just need something.
Yeah.
Because like whatever that day was last week, where like it was the darkest it has ever. Not even the day I laid in bed. It was like the day before that. It be feeling like the walls are caving in and like you can't
get out.
It. Yeah, and it's and then it's confusing because like, bro, what the fuck is this life? This can't be life.
No, that's actually how I describe losing a loved one, is feeling like you're in a straitjacket in a dark room and can't get out. Like, you know, you're just trapped in your own feelings of despair and whatever else bad feelings you have. It's just trapped. I can't get out of this. So knowing that you need some sort of support, that maybe, you know, you've been in therapy before, and I don't know if you were or are when, you know, you're trying to figure out is medication a solution, but you know what it looks like or feels like to get therapy, and knowing that's just not the solution to this.
It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough.
At this point. So the lady I talked to yesterday was saying, you know, you can go to your primary care doctor like what you did, and like they have stuff to diagnose, but she just recommended a psychiatrist. She's like, they're doctors of the brain.
Correct.
They know it so much better. And so that's why I'm going to go that route. Then also my doctor left the network, and so I have to find a new one anyway. But I need
healthcare is ass right now.
I hate it.
Do you know I called to make an appointment and try to find a therapist, which I ended up going to BetterHelp, because when I called my doctor, not my primary care doctor, but the facility office, whatever, she was like, oh, our system's down. You know, I can't make appointments right now or see her appointments. I can't do anything for you. Bitch, why are you even answering the phone? Like, what are you doing?
Just leave a recording that says that.
Right. And so I'm like, so you can't even, like, nothing? She's like, no, you have to call back in a couple of days. What if I was having a nervous breakdown? What if, like, I had a gun in my hand ready to end it all? And I'm telling you, I'm trying to find a mental health, behavioral health provider. And you're just like, I can't. That's your one job. Back in the day, didn't they have like a record book and pen and paper? What are you, like, you got to do something. But no.
Technology kicks us in the ass sometimes.
It does. Technology works till it doesn't. But yeah, so that's that on that. I'm obviously supporting. Jay is literally not doing anything but scrolling on his phone. Like, we need to know what time it is. We need to know where we're at.
We're at 42.
What? We're good. Keep going. So, social media. You're not on social media.
I dip into Facebook and I dip my ass back out.
Back out. What do you dip in for?
To be nosy.
Okay.
But it's so foul that it's easy for me to come back out.
Yeah.
Instagram, God bless it. I can't because I was scrolling, and then I started feeling bad about myself. TikTok was the devil because it's so amazing. And it's so informative, but I definitely would lose, like, time. What was time?
There is no time.
The little person will come on, I scroll right past them.
Yeah. That's one app that I have not gone deep into yet, is TikTok. I don't get lost in the sauce in TikTok at all.
My algorithm.
Yeah.
So good.
It's Instagram for me that gets me lost in the sauce. Because it's like we have really replaced television with social media. And I'm so entertained, and it's only like 30 seconds long. They're hilarious. They're creative. It just gets better and better and better. So, but then the bad and dark side of it is the comparison factor.
Yes.
Where we're like in some of my lives, I was talking about comparison being a good thing. It can be a good thing if it's to, like in our lives, our friendship. You going to law school motivated me to take a look in the mirror and be like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, you need to be doing something too. So that kind of comparison motivated me to take the next step and get my master's degree. Because do you remember I was actually going to go to law school? Yeah, I vividly remember, this is probably TMI. I was like on the toilet. I remember talking to you and trying to figure out what law school I was going to go to. But and because I had always wanted to be a lawyer, but I was remembering, I don't know if I really wanted, I was thinking at the time, I don't think I would need to be, I think it was just student loans. But I was like, I don't want that. That's what it was. But that kind of, healthy, you're surrounding yourself with people who are motivated, are doing things. And so therefore you want to do things. But then there's the dark side where you get this perception that's fed to you of what someone's life or career or business is. And you start feeling like, I ain't shit. That's the bad part about social media.
Even real life, right? Like, so I commended you on like, oh, how well put together your house is and all that. And so like, I want my house to be more put together. But then it's like, oh, I got to do this and that and that and that. And it's like dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign. It's like, well, I could actually be using that money for this. And so then I can't do it. Or it's like, oh, cooking a whole meal. I cook sometimes, but like every day, can't do it. And don't be a full meal. And don't go to pick a fucking new recipe and like go get all the ingredients. I get overwhelmed and I'm like, let me stick with Old Faithful and make some baked chicken.
You make damn good baked chicken though, because you do it so much. So
chicken is really good.
We Thanksgiving is near. Jennifer and I made our first Thanksgiving dinner together. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
It was trash.
Like, the dressing was trash.
Only the dressing?
Everything else was okay. I thought
You think so?
The dressing I do recall for sure.
I thought our chicken was like boiled looking. It wasn't even done. But we like our chicken different though.
First of all, that was then, yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
My shit be having a little crust on it.
It do. Right. I just said that you make some bomb-ass baked chicken, but when we did our Thanksgiving little trial.
That was very anti.
Yeah, she didn't want any, like, your chicken used to look like it was just.
But it still tasted good.
I don't know, because I wouldn't dare eat, like, flaccid wings. Like, my wings need to have a little bite to them. Anyway.
Literally never made wings.
I digress. What else? Yeah, social media can be that's the other thing when you're working for yourself and needing to promote, you feel obligated to these vehicles like this media. And that's how I feel sometimes. But then you need to, what I have decided to do, leverage resources like someone who can post for you, someone who can create for you and do it for you if you want to go that route. So I'm taking advantage of that. But then you're also like addicted to it. So me, I want to scroll. I want to see in I literally, do you go in your phone and go from app to app and just kind of cycle through email, Instagram, Facebook?
Emails, all the emails.
Yeah. So, my phone died yesterday while watching TV, and I made the conscious decision to not plug it in. So I'm like, that's the only thing that will keep me from not having to continuously restart the show on Netflix.
What were you watching?
The Tyson fight. Well, It was yesterday I was watching the Tyson fight. It wasn't a show, but in my life, when I'm watching TV on Netflix, trying to plan to do a binge, I'll get distracted by my phone. And then I have to start episodes over. You're good at multitasking that though, right?
Well, I probably would just like pause it, do what I got to do, and then unpause it.
Oh, really?
I get more distracted by my child.
Oh. I had to call and see if Jace was actually home the other day. I couldn't remember if he had left or if he was home, and I just hadn't seen him since he got home from school, because I hadn't seen him since and it was an early release day. I hadn't seen him since maybe 2, and it was maybe 8. And I was like, wow.
If Echo's not right there connected to my hip, he's typically in his room playing, but it's getting to the point now where it's like silent, because before silence wasn't an issue, because I knew he's on his room playing and he's fine. But now I must have been in the room doing something and he was quiet in the living room. I come in, he's taking my highlighters, caps are off, didn't even know where the caps are, and he's just highlighting stuff. I had juice in a cup right there. Thank God there wasn't anything else in there. He drank it. Wow. Cleaned it on out. Yeah. I was like, so what are you doing? Anything. That's anything. He says nothing. Meaning I'm not doing anything. Just anything. Yeah.
Everything is actually what you're doing. You're gonna learn to leave him alone, and it'll come around between 10 and 12-ish, you're going to learn to give him his
gonna be
privacy. Yeah, that started early for us. I learned the hard way to just, you know what? Just let him do what he's doing. And then you'll decide it's probably best for him to wash his sheets. Then yeah, it just gets better and better. Yeah, so anywho. Parenting differences.
I don't think we have time for all that.
Oh, we don't have time for that. My bad. Something ratchet?
Where we at, Jay? 50.
Yeah. Let's do it. My something ratchet was Mike Tyson's ass is something I did not need to see last night. You didn't watch the fight. Jay, you watched the fight, I'm sure. Some of it. Yeah. So he had an interview before the fight. And I didn't realize at the time that the person interviewing him is his son. So it made sense that he kissed him on the cheek and said, "I love you." And then Mike Tyson turned around and had on a thong.
That's like the cup?
The cup. And he just walked away, and you just see his whole ass. I don't not expect that from Mike Tyson, but why?
What happened in the fight?
I think we just did not need that, but I think Mike needed that. We did not need to see him lose like that.
Oh, he lost.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 6.
He's more than twice that young man's age. He's 58 and had a knee brace on. And I can't remember the other guy's name.
Jake something.
Yeah.
Or something Jake. I don't know. There's a Jake in it.
Yeah. Famous white Instagram or social media person. Yeah, I mean, I won't say he whooped his ass. He didn't whoop his ass because it wasn't like they were just kind of bopping around in the ring, kind of getting jabs in every once in a while.
I mean, it seemed like it could not be a real fight, just given what I did know of it. Like, y'all can't really fight each other for real. He can't really fight for real. I don't think.
Who, Mike?
Yes.
I think he hung in there. He went the full, I think it was 8 rounds, 2 minute.
But like, you got to be in your prime to box, right? I mean, it's such a violent. I don't know how you sit and watch that.
It doesn't even look like a lot to me. I wonder why they are so tired and sweaty, because it doesn't look like they're doing a lot, but they are doing a lot. Now, the fight before them was better than their fight. It was these 2 ladies. One was Puerto Rican, one was European something. She was white. So, but she had an accent. She headbutted the Puerto Rican.
You could do that?
You're not supposed to do that. But she did that. And I don't understand how they get cut from all of this, but they get cut, obviously. Mm-hmm. And my husband explained it like the skin is stretching so thin when they get hit that it breaks. And the lady took her eyelid off. Is how it
Crystal,
looked. I'm sorry.
We can't, because I'm getting the visual and I'm gonna vomit.
It was bad. So that was better to me. But yeah, that was an experience. And then Netflix, God bless them. You know, it was a bad experience watching it because every couple minutes it would cut off. So it was not. We were watching it on my laptop, on our phones. Well, my phone was dead, and then on the TV we were trying because we were behind everything because Netflix. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anywho, that's 40.
And for me, it's 41.
Keep forgetting.
Thanks for joining us. Subscribe, comment. I don't know what the people say.
Yeah.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple. And iHeartRadio. And our IG, FNLadies _podcast. Mm-hmm. And also Facebook, such a FN lady.
With spaces. Yeah, and I am Crystal Rogers. No, I'm Crystal _Camille on Instagram. I am Best Ed Business on Instagram. I'm Kinetic Coaching. It's a lot. I'm good. What I do want to talk about is Life by Design. We are building a community of people who are living intentionally. Get out of autopilot, y'all. Like, we're 40 plus. I'm 40. Jennifer's 41. And we just need to be on purpose, right? In purpose and on purpose. Mm-hmm. So in that group, we talk about doing things purposefully if you're interested. But yes, Such a Effin' Lady podcast. We are back. Bye, guys. Bye, y'all.